This week, we're going to take these, turn them into cross braces for this. We're going to start by getting a few measurements. Now these are a wee bit oversized. Now all that's going to get tucked up under it, the top, and slotted into the sides when we finally put everything together. We're going to use our template here to kind of figure out where our crossovers are going to be. This angle is like 98 degrees. We're going to put some marks on the top just so that when we're laying things out on the table saw, that's how we're going to cut the grooves. We'll know that we're lined up appropriately. 98 degrees is not that weird, so it could be very easy to like swap this around. And then we're also going to measure down here. So this is about, if we went 7 1/4, we'd be right about in the middle of that slot. So that's where we're going to try and shoot our blade, then work our way out on both sides until we fit nice and snug and perfect. Let's put this guy in here, and he's going to go kind of like that. All right, onto the table saw. Okay, now we've got our miter gauge set to 98 degrees. You probably can't see this on the video, but this one, our lines they look perfect. This one, it looks terrible. But what we got to keep in mind is that we're actually ripping out the bottom of this one so that they will go together like this. And then when you rotate that around, it all works out just perfectly. So we're going to cut our 98 degrees. We've got the saw set to about half the depth that we need right now. We're going to try and sneak up on that. I've got the calipers here so we can test that. And let's get ready to take our cut. Okay, our depth looks pretty good. We're right about half of what we need to be. So we're going to go ahead and then work our way backwards and forwards until we get to the right width. Getting close. Not quite there yet. All right, now this fits together perfectly. Nice and snug. Now we got to radius it. And just a quick shot here to show off how we've got all our braces all nice and ready to go. Now the next step's going to be, let's put that 25-foot radius on the back of these so that when we push down into our radius table and glue up, everything's going to end up, the top's going to be bowed appropriately. Okay, off camera, I've gone and numbered the ones that go together. Since they were cut together, we want to make sure that they get paired back up the right spot after we finish our cuts. I've marked the waist side. Since they're basically symmetrical, we don't want to accidentally radius wrong sides. And I've also set up the center line so that we can line it up with our jig. Now this is basically the jig I did a couple of videos ago. I will put a link in the description and also on the screen as we're doing this. But the gist of it is we're going to put a little tape here. Looks like we can probably get away with stacking 2 of them at the same time. Then we'll run it through and then we'll do the same thing. Make sure that we have plenty of run length here. Make sure we got waist side to the outside. Line up our lines. Okay. Now we'll adjust our depth so that we're taking just a hair off the top, and then we should be symmetrical on the sides. So let's double check that. Just under half an inch, just under half an inch. Clamp it down. I'll try and pull these off without losing the tape, but that might not make it, and I actually seems to have split this, so oh man, that might be recoverable, maybe not. All right. Okay, and just to see the final result, we've got a nice 25-foot radius on the backs of these, and they are ready to glue up. So we would just basically line up, get pressure all around, and that now is contoured to our 25-foot radius.